This is Rummy's Corner. Is Sugar Ray Robinson the greatest boxer of all time? For all time? In order to answer the second question, we must start by answering the first question. Is Sugar Ray Robinson the greatest boxer of all time? Cutting right to the chase, in my opinion, Sugar Ray is indeed the greatest boxer of all time. Not everyone would agree, however, but in my personal experience, most people, especially boxing historian types, tend to list Robinson first. There are some valid dissenting voices out there who typically favor guys like Sam Lankford and or Harry Greb. You also have some people who might support Muhammad Ali or Henry Armstrong. And then you'll even sometimes see arguments for modern guys like Floyd Mayweather or Manny Pacquiao, or even someone like Roy Jones. But by and large, most people do agree that Robinson is number one pound for pound all time. And the dissenting voices tend to be split among the others I mentioned. But there is a strong degree of consensus for Ray. Robinson is widely viewed as the greatest boxer of all time. Robinson is also almost universally recognized as the greatest welterweight of all time, and he is likewise considered, at worst, a lock as a top 4 middleweight of all time. I remember being a kid and asking my father who was the best boxer of all time, and without hesitation he said Sugar Ray. Then he had to explain to me that he wasn't talking about Leonard, who was a boxing megastar at that time. And I remember being absolutely fascinated hearing a little bit about the original Sugar Ray. Now that conversation must have taken place just under 40 years ago, and at that time Robinson had been retired for about 20 years. Robinson has a lot of things going for him that make him a popular top choice for so many. Unlike guys like Greb and Lankford, two incredible talents who boxed a very long time ago, we don't have a whole lot of footage of them. We do have quite a bit of Robinson footage, even if we're missing a lot of treasures from his best days at welterweight. And unlike more modern guys like Mayweather and Pacquiao, Robinson fought back in the day when boxers fought considerably more often. The best matchups got made more often when they mattered most, where less weight classes and alphabet bodies also led to the best facing the best more often, because the elite boxers had many less world championships to compete for. And with the footage we do have of Sugar Ray, even though most of it was from his days at middleweight, we can see visual evidence of the complete package. Ray was extremely athletic. He had exceptional all-around quickness. He had tremendous power and impeccable timing. His footwork was immaculate. He had incredible conditioning and stamina. He was very durable and could take a hell of a punch. And in over 200 professional fights, if you ever did manage to knock him down, good luck keeping him down. Ray was also a very intelligent operator, with the ability to box and brawl, where he could control a chess match with his technical skills and smarts, and he could likewise scrap away in close, where he was a master at maneuvering his way into a favorable position where he could unleash his offense. So whether it was infighting, boxing on the outside, or battling it out at mid-range or anywhere transitioning in between, Ray could truly do it all, and there was a certain brilliant fluidity and rhythm to everything he did. Robinson was very versatile with his fighting style, where he was often defensively responsible yet offensive-minded, where he could entertain and appeal to all types of boxing fans. Incidentally, a big shout out to the YouTube channel Smooth Legends. Many of the clips being used in this video are from that channel, which does an awesome job restoring old boxing footage. So if you want to see the past come to life, check out that channel, Smooth Legends. Honestly, the US Library of Congress should be giving people like this government grants for the preservation and restoration of historical boxing films. With today's technology, I'm sure they can do a tremendous job improving the quality of a lot of old boxing footage. And on that note, I'm still hopeful we may someday find more Sugar Ray footage from the 1940s, or maybe some old film of one of the Greb Tunney fights, or who knows, maybe even an old film of one of the battles between the Cincinnati Cobra and the Old Mongoose. Oof, maron, that would be awesome. So if you just bought a new home that was pre-owned, be sure to check your attic for old film reels. Hope runs eternal. When you look at the impressive accolades of the great Sugar Ray, undefeated decorated amateur career, undefeated at welterweight in his professional career, his only loss in his first 130-something fights came when he was a welterweight facing a middleweight, Jake LaMotta, whom Robinson beat in 5 out of 6, including the bout where he first won the middleweight world championship. Undisputed welterweight champion and 5-time undisputed middleweight world champion. In over 200 plus professional bouts, he was only stopped inside the distance once against light heavyweight champion Joey Maxim in a bout Ray was winning before succumbing to exhaustion in the sweltering heat in round 13. Faced a dozen fellow Hall of Famers in 29 bouts where he went 21-7-1. When he originally retired, his professional record stood at 132 victories, with only 3 defeats and 2 draws. After 3 years out of the ring, he won the undisputed middleweight world championship 3 more times, when he was clearly past his prime. Look, at the end of the day, not only do I believe that Sugar Ray Robinson is rightly viewed by most as the greatest boxer of all time, but I also believe that it will be extremely difficult, if not impossible, for any future boxer to surpass him. The simple fact is, Robinson has been widely viewed as the pound-for-pound king for decades. Long before I learned anything about him some 40 years or so back when I asked my old man the age-old question, who is the best boxer of all time? Robinson has withstood the test of time on that front, and the available footage helps his case, especially when combined with his extraordinary achievements. The simple fact of the matter is that Sugar Ray is the personification, the living embodiment of what it means to be an elite pound-for-pound prize fighter. And I don't see that changing. Ever. I find it impossible to believe we will ever see another boxer who can match the legendary accomplishments of Sugar Ray, along with his long-celebrated status as the king of the squared circle. Boxing changes with the times, and boxing opinions change too. So who knows what elite boxers will lace him up in the future, and who knows how the opinions of boxing historians might change with the changing times. I sure as hell don't know. But for my 2 cents, Sugar Ray Robinson is indeed the greatest boxer of all time, and he will remain so for all time. As a final quick note, some of you may remember me promoting a Sugar Ray episode about a year or so back. I haven't forgotten about this. I've already put a great deal of effort into this one. It's taking longer than expected, and I am hoping it will be released by the end of the year. So what do you think? Is Sugar Ray Robinson the greatest boxer of all time? And if so, is he the greatest for all time? Please share your thoughts in the comments section. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed, and have a wonderful night. This is Rummy's Corner.